Hello and welcome back, y'all. I'm a coffee to show you more. One coffee at a time. Devlog number something. Long got lost count. Don't know if you guys are hearing the tick falling or not, but it's falling. We have the window open, so we're gonna get all the outside noises, maybe. I don't know. So I really need to buy my nice tea, my favorite tea. I got boxes. I got 2 boxes for my wardrobe. And I'll have to build that up later. Build up my bookshop. I'm thinking last time you guys, I was telling you about it, but I didn't have it delivered yet. So that's exciting life stuff, man. So what are we looking here? So here you go. What the hell? Things just being dickheads. So with this one here, I had to put this up here so then it didn't get all jumbled with itself for some reason. But this one here, so I put this statement here. I had to, like I said, switch this to the outside, so then it did everything properly. So I think what I'm going to do with the research, so this is a nice little update on the research, is make it so you research ingredients rather than, researching recipes and then buying them. I feel like researching ingredients and then getting those would therefore make more sense and make you want to use both systems a lot more. You know what I mean? I feel like researching ingredients would be a whole lot better thing to do. Okay, let's stop fiddling with that. So if we look at my light spot, yes. So if we look at this new away thing I'm bringing in, look at its code. So basically it has the items, so the items that are going to be attached to it. Basically when this is finished researching, so it's research equals false, but when that equals true, it will then go turn on all those items so you can buy from the shop. Similar to what I did with, buying the recipes to the recipe book or buying the recipes in general. So looking them like that won't be too hard. I'll have to make a whole page and purchase them in the buttons. I'll probably continue that work a lot later on. I won't do that anytime soon, But I thought I might as well put the basics in, so then I remember kind of what I was thinking. So we can duplicate this. And we can call it chocolate. Chocolate research ingredient. So basically we do that, we drag this into here, we open that up. So now we go drag, oh, hang on, I think I gotta link it to the shop, yeah. So we link it to these ones, so and then we tell it not to sell in shop, I think it was. Oh, the shop has in shop, yeah. And we turn it into false. To start off with, and then we turn it true. There we go, that's words more. I'm getting my words muddled up. Nah, his one's always annoying. I guess the objects so far away. So basically this way is so we can access this information. Through this. And then can research is basically, is it available to research? And then we can go off into find ourselves chocolate. I might just search our box, that would probably be shorter. Let's go with milk, maybe? Or film dark chocolate. I don't know. Oh, milk's the one that wants to go in there. Okay then, dude. Whatever. Oh, and I'm gonna put the name in, so chocolate. L-O-L. Chocolate. Oh, I should do a description. That's helpful now I can go back and forward. I'm using my nice mouse for my computer. And then widget item description. I need to spell descriptions problem now. do, 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 do. We do not have a description for those ones. Pretty sure we do, don't we? Don't know. Must know. Oh, I should have done this from the beginning. Look at that. Fucking bloody heelys. That cleared up all the space. Yeah, it's still. Here we go. Research. Description. Thank you. I knew one of these had the thing I was after. Do the capital D it. Dark milk. Chocolate? There we go. So unlocks. There we go. So basically, it's more like the more advanced ingredients. So basically, you're still gonna have like your flour and your sugar and your butter and eggs, but you know, stuff like chocolate or cream or jam and all that will eventually be unlocked through the research system. Won't do much more work on that because I need the saving to be done before I do more work on that. Thought it would be nice to do some basic stuff that isn't like too complicated. And so I can also remember how I was thinking about doing it, you know? Also gotta show you guys the cakeys, the cake rolls. Just did a painting a couple of days ago. It's been really cool. Well, I'm halfway through it. It's basically like a wheat field in like a really flat area, and you can just see the storm slowly rolling in. It looks really nice. The picture does, but doing the clouds were harder than I expected to be. And some of these pictures is like, it looks simple, but it's not, you know. You guys can check this game out on itch if you've not yet done that. Same with what's inside on itch as well. And that's also in Steam what that site is. Here we go. I will have to put a memory setting in for this. I feel like it's all information, but that's about how it goes. Oh yeah, we're gonna make the cake walls. Oh yes, I do have them. They like shift. Oh yeah, they're still in my inventory. Oh, my Westby, look. Not what I want to do. There we go. So we go for half a sugar. Boom. 2 beautiful eggs. And half flour. That must be, there's really no butter in it. Must have no butter in it. Or must have missed even the other. Yeah, it depends on how. Sometimes big fingers cakes too, depends on how you make it. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm putting a lot of flour in it. Shift. I've put double sugars in there. Yeah, then when it's having a problem. There we go. Pretend you guys didn't see that. Oh, just really sacrificing the facing of that would be. Then we put on there. Then we go buy new jam. Or we're gonna glitch the system. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay, gotta put cream on there. Probably don't have cream. Yeah. What am I doing wrong here? What? Okay, so there's something wrong up with that. So this is, I must say, probably because of so yes, that's what I'm gonna do this. But inevitably coming into a problem where we go search up recipe. Or get everything else on this sun, yes thank you. Recipe database, that's what I want. And I might have to get something else. Where was it again? Oh, machine top. That's one I'm looking for. I'm thinking, which one is it in? This one is gonna be our boy of devastation. This is the area we're looking at. So the more complicated they are, the higher they will just generally be. Because you want the less complicated ones to be in the bottom. So this will look at the variables that have been turned on. And copy them to this. This is really long. This is a mud cake we just came out of. I'll just give you a comprehension. Just comprehend how complicated the mud cake is. Here we go. That old chocolate dough one was just basically the mud cakes. Oh, I'm getting tingled with the fort. But that's weird. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, excuse me, what am I looking at? It's like, no, you moved to a different tab and you didn't even realize it. Let's go about here. No, actually, I might go after this. So this is like the chocolate cookie stuff. You're not seeing that? Here we go. This is like the less complicated stuff. I'll put it up here. So what I might do is copy. What can I do? I just want to see what we do. Yeah, all the smileys. Okay, we definitely got distracted. This one will be double jam. How do you spell jam now? Jam and cream. Bookmark that so I can come back to it. So what I also need here is names of things. Hmm. So we definitely don't have cream in there. Which means I need to do something else somewhere else too. Stop it, there we go. And I'm gonna do it again, there we go. Hope I'm doing it on the right level, that's important. There we go. Yeah, when cream is added. And then we take out the second equals because it has a fake out if that stays. Bird thing went out my window. No. I'm acknowledging his presence now. It's too much. The way they set up my sound for you guys, so hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, hang on, I'm the one who did stuff up there. I mean, it wouldn't like affect the game or anything like that. That much, really. It might affect some things, but not really. Just misreading it. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I still gotta like do that functionality, but in here instead. Clean equals. I think I'll put this somewhere else for now. I'll have to have a look. Oops. I have a heart attack with double equals. I might explain some other problems I've been into with the game. If it does affect it. Now I need 2 eggs. I'm gonna buy some cream. Hot sugar in half. Spelt in half. Don't put both in there. Oh, hang on, I've done one. I've put cream in there. That's for later. Ignore that. There you go. Some of you out there is wishing they'd be able to smell the baked goods. I'm pretty sure there's a mosquito replacing it, that's fine. Fair one. Nah. Go. Buy some jam. has to all be the same type, I think. Good boy. There's something wrong with the recipe as well. I'm gonna move this bit off under me because it's like I'm lopsided. It's not very pleasant. That's a lot better now. My next idea would be something with this. I have not put in all the assembling outcomes, haven't I? No, I have. But they are the wrong type. I thought I haven't done that yet. I was just thinking, no, I haven't done that yet. You know, you kind of remember doing that kind of activity. Well, I mean, kind of being, I guess, one, oh, hang on, it's the ones above. The resource, not resource, the vaccine ones, pretty much. And that's dope. I think that's it for that one too. Because they have nowhere near the same amount of elf shoots as the ones with the chocolate in it. They have 12 in total, yeah. 14. As long as they're all there, doesn't matter if there's whoopsie do duplicate hanging out in there, you know? No, it's still one texture I have to go find. Some reason I didn't have the sugar wheat blood apple texture one for some reason. Pretty sure I did it, you know? But you know, when I was dragging them in, it could have just been like, oh yeah, I'm living in the corner life, you know? Let's go for a different flavour. I probably can put multiple types of jam in there and probably just fix it out. Is this probably the lowest ingredient amount? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is how many jams that was? Yes. And we get clean. There we go, at last. We finally got the buggers. And it makes 5 because it cuts up into 5. Unless there's a max stack thing, I think also. Mm-hmm. I think at this point, there we go. So I think I at least did 8 for the OSB, I think. No, it's, that's not the OSB. No, I did 6. That's what I was thinking. I was pretty generous. Might do 8. Hmm. Anything else? Finally finish that off. There's no research trying to be cool and interesting. I feel like that's going to be a cool way of doing the game as well. It's not going to be like something you actively have to do. It's going to be more passive. I think, in a way. But it is to like more of a progress thing that you can go through. That also like slows down the game so you don't feel overwhelmed at any stage. Except for the beginning there with all the words. I don't know what I'm really going to do about that, but something's going to happen. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget like and subscribe. Have a look at this game on itch. The first demo's out. You won't get the chocolate cookies, the chocolate cocoa powder stuff that was added after the update, and the cake walls will be added in the next update onto it, which I probably will update it soon. And then I'll start doing saving and all that. So saving in the research. Because I probably didn't do it like as soon as I could with the research because I wasn't really. It has been unsure for a while. Well, it's definitely a want from the research. I knew I wanted something from the research, but I think I really like the idea of having it so you can research the ingredients, different ingredient types. I think that will be like the best approach. Because I didn't want it to be like, oh, yeah, you could research recipes, but also at the same time I was thinking you will go for one or the other method and it'll come kind of useless in a way because you're gonna eventually just pick one method and maybe go to the other method of attaining recipes. But in a way, that feels like why put the effort in to make 2 systems when you could do it all in one system. That's why I probably never was very inclined on. I'm not gonna pronounce it out on doing the research. But now I feel more like motivated to do the research. I feel like I find the meaning for the research. Which I think would be really cool as well because that adds progress to the game without having 2 useless systems together. And it's just up to whatever you prefer. Like, you want to be cheap, then you go for researching recipes. But I think I just go for the research and the ingredients to make the recipes. It feels like, you know, a bit more nicer to pay. I feel like it'd be more annoying to pay for a recipe after you research it as well. Well, I guess not really pay for it, but even still, just have it available to you. Like, I don't know. You know, it feels like it's just nicer to have like the option to pay for that recipe rather than waiting for it to be researched. Like, recipes are much more valuable than ingredient to cook something with. You know, I can actually lower down the time for an ingredient to be researched over a recipe. A recipe will inevitably take a lot longer because it's a lot longer of a reward. But you don't want to take too long to get your reward, you know. So what do you guys think about the decision? I kind of like that one. Well, I guess I do like it, just having the ingredients, because then you get two systems that are each vastly different from each other. And it gives you variations of gameplay, and it gives you progress slowly. Because it also means that you can't just, like, you know, get rich and spend all the money, so you still gotta have the time. You can do that for the recipes, but then you won't have the ingredients for the recipes, you know what I mean? And then the ingredients, like I said, can be a faster researching progress instead of like the recipes will always be slow, and the ingredients will always be way more faster, you know. Ingredients like, oh yeah, it's cool, unlock this ingredient, but it isn't like as big as a recipe. A recipe, I feel like, is meant to be a lot more bigger and important to the game. Or even an ingredient that's just like, yep, research that, done, dusted, you know, like you research chocolate, and it's just like, oh, done, dusted. Like, oh yeah, I finally unlocked chocolate, you know, you're gonna be excited. Same, you know, it doesn't feel like you're gonna be more excited about recipe. You're gonna end up more of a case where you get more annoyed at things so slow, you know. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that one. If you haven't yet, check out some of the other videos on how I'll make this. I mean, there's a couple of things that, you know, if I went back and if you were to make a copy of this is like, with the having pack scenes and having pack scenes and the resources having the same. So using the pack scene as just the item on the floor rather than having its own information. I feel like you want to, with the pack scene, have an access information of the item. So you only had to set up one item, so I have to set up two items, basically. I think you guys seen it multiple times, but now it's like too late for them to go back and really change it. But I think that's the biggest thing I would do is have all the information of the item in the resource, and then have the pack scene as a drop item, because it's so much nice having a item you can just place on the floor as well. I don't know, it feels like much more like Will in a way, yes, dealing with the item on the floor like that. Because it's easy to like give it to myself too. And that's what the little pile up here is about. My testers. And then we also have our secret gap. I'm going to tell you guys that about, you know, you guys can go play around with these, but you do but the catch is that they are worth nothing. Because they don't go through the process, so that you have to go through the process for them to be worth anything. I guess there might be one there with a value, but it's probably not the true value of the thing. I mean, true value is way more. I'm so glad I got that money working. I had a really hard time getting the monies working at one point with the job items. So with the item, I had the monies working with the items, like the ingredients themselves. But you know, when you make that dough, it was a bit of work to get the amount to be properly counted for the dough, and then you had to do a bit of fiddling around to increase the price without increasing it a lot. And then I also had a problem since I used to have a large storage area, fiddling around with a small storage, small display, small display, I decided, no, I'm not gonna do all the new stuff to the large storage, which had the old small display code changed up for the larger storage. But usually those items end up costing a lot more than I wanted them to, which made things a lot harder as well. Yeah, I think I'm happy with not getting rid of the large storage. Cause I was gonna go for more. Large storage is gonna offer like bread or whole cakes, but I think keeping the smaller display is a lot nicer. It's not. I feel like it's not worth getting that larger storage going. Because I decided to cut that out because it's gonna take extra time for me to build that up. And I think that's a good decision, to cut it out. So guys, I hope you enjoy. Wouldn't there be a takeaway point by the look of it? I don't know if that will ever come through or not. It was always something I planned from the very beginning, hence why the point was always there in existence. But I don't know if I just keep the 5 tables and that's it. I was thinking, oh yeah, I can expand out to the outer area, hence why this area exists. It's not just so give the illusion of you still being in a place. It was more like eventually, oh yeah, I was going to expand out, put tails out there. But then, look into it and playing well played up too. That is a lot of work. And I think having the 5 tables will probably be enough for one person. I think, yeah. Like, the only way you consider expansion is if you consider, like, if you get multiple players, but multiple players is a lot of work to do. And thinking about that is a long way away. But it definitely was something in my mind, was that, oh yeah, I could expand it out and something like that. But I think, yeah, I'm definitely happy with having the 5 tables. Like, you guys never play it. It feels like 5 tables aren't overwhelming. Because the game does, you do want to focus the game less on, like, it's not really about the serving as well. It's more on the, making the recipes and the baked goods. And, selling them. In the basic process of making them. Like, it's meant to be somewhat detailed, but not that detailed, You know what I mean? Like, sometimes in some cases it's like very simple, but because there's a lot of people coming in, I think this one here hopefully will crack that balance of these people don't get impatient. They've came in here, ordered the baked goods, and they're gonna leave till they get the baked goods. you know? And it's not like they can order anything in or any recipe that you have they have not cooked and put in the display, which was an important one too. Do you have a bit of problem with the chocolate companies being a bit like, once you get chocolate in your inventory, they come on out, and I'm just like, guys, settle down. I think I was trying to fiddle them, make sure they settle down. But it definitely feels more like they should only go off when there's, chocolate in storage on the machine be available. I might fix that up later. Because that's important, like, it's not, I don't really want the game to force you into making a OSB, or to force you into figuring out how to make something, you know. It's meant to be nice and casual. It's like completely opposite direction where the what's outside takes. That's a will pop a bit of help you into that kind of stuff. Or it gets a bit Vampire Survivor where but it doesn't really have much like meta version outside of the game. It just has like, it's just able to play it again and again, be arcade-like type of game. Basically made, basically the coding dude is like, I'll make a coffee. Based on the game that I'm just thinking, I've already made this game last year when I was doing the coding stuff. That's what I was thinking. I'm like thinking, oh my god, I've already made this game, and I don't think by then I've got like selling on Steam, but it was close-ish. That's what I did early this year. There was a helicopter in the background. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. Sooner or later we should get a desk. Oh, my desk alive. I'm just looking at this corner, like, I've got the water here, it's so exciting. And the cardboard is starting to get its own corner, which I have forever cursed the cardboard. I tried to tape it together, but that didn't really work. I'm trying to, what I had for my bookshelf was this cardboard that's like skinny and like really tall. It's like taller than me. It's just like, oh my god. And I got basically two more of those, but not as tall. And instead wider. No, actually really heavy for the wardrobe, so that'd be exciting. So thank you all for watching. Have a nice day. See you all next time. Goodbye.